Hey folks, Twisted Christian here. I want to talk a little bit about the Dow at 20,000 in the release of the dinar and some of those other prophecies that are surrounding that, when things seem at their worst and seeing where the Dow is today. And you think about how big of a slide would actually have to happen in order to reach back down to 20,000. And it's a pretty big slide. I don't know. Whenever this, there's a lot of talk about this market crash that's coming. You have inflation, you have debt, you have all these other issues that are going on, and then you have conflicts that are going on still in the Middle East. There's still a lot of economies that are struggling to take off. Just the amount of money that these countries spent to keep COVID from spreading. And then you can see what's going on with gold and silver, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. The stock market right now, in a sense, is very unpredictable. But one of the things that was shared with me and that I've been thinking about, and was brought to my attention, that if we see that actual stock market crash, right, we see the Dow begin to slide, right, and we think that this is the big one, right? I'm not talking about these little ones that we're going to have up until the big ones, right? Because we might see some wild swings on the stock market pushing up and pushing down. But at some point, we're going to see the push down all the way down to 20,000. And what does that mean for your stocks? And what does it mean for the stocks in the Dow and NASDAQ? Obviously, the market is going to lose a lot of value. And the first way that we need to be prepared for that is that whatever stocks that you're invested in at that time, you need to make sure that you have sell stop loss orders, right? Okay, and people debate what to keep them at and so forth. And of course, if you're holding stocks for long term, most definitely you want to keep it at around 30%. And one of the reasons why you want to do that, and it's because when the stock market does go down, your investments are going to go down, right? Whatever stocks that you're in, probably the majority of them are going to go down. And if you want to get back in, we know what the bottom is, right? So say, for instance, you see where the stock market is now. It's starting its major decline, right? There's all this bad news. There's major conflicts. There's all this stuff going on. And then then your stop losses kick in. Okay, now the Dow's at 26,000. Well, you know where the bottom is, right? The bottom is going to be 20,000. Because that's when the dinar revaluation is going to kick in. When it closes at 20,000. Because all the stocks that you're invested in now, imagine the Dow being around 33,000. You're going to see your investments go down, and you don't want your investments to go down in the same way as you see the Dow. So you're going to, when your stop loss orders kick in, right? Now you have the funds, and now you have an entry point where you can see where you're going to see a stock recovery, right? That's going to be around the 20,000 Dow mark. You're able to go ahead and buy back in that stock you know is going to go back up just because of the currency reset and everything is restarting, and it's restarting under a new economy. But also, since there's going to be so many stocks that you're not invested in, they're going to be discounted, right? There's a lot of talk about Telsa, right? So imagine Telsa being at $200 or $300, around the 20,000, right? Then guess what? You're able, because you had your stop losses in on some of your other stocks and your other investments or whatever, right? And you saved up for this moment, you're able to go and buy some Telsa stock at 200 or 300. And so I see a major discount, when we talk about the stock market crash, and what I see is an opportune time for a major discount. And that's why I'm telling you guys, so that you can be ready and you can be prepared, especially for those who are following and we're discussing the stocks or discussing the stock market. We're discussing strategies because when the dinar revaluation kicks in, guess what, folks? You're going to be able to take some of that money that you just made from the dinar, and who knows where some of these stock prices are going to be at, right? You might be able to go in and buy a lot of Telsa at 300, knowing it's going to go back to 6, 7, 800. There's no telling where some of these prophetic Kim Clement stocks are going to be at that particular time, and you'll be able to go in and buy a lot of these stocks. So my other point is to being able to save for that moment, because right now with everything that's going on with the stock market, right, we're getting our last stimulus check. I don't think we're going to get another I don't think we're going to get another stimulus check, and they might talk about it. It's very possible that we could, but I think here we're going to really start to see some turmoil down the line. So I guess my thought is, when it comes to all these discounted stocks, that moment in time is going to happen. When we start seeing the Dow slide, is one of the things that I will be doing if I see it really, depending on how it happens, because I don't know if it's going to happen in a flash crash or if it's going to happen over a couple day period. But I will tell you this, that if I see the Dow getting down to 22,000, 21,000, you better be sure I'll be buying Dinar. And I'll buy as much as I can at that point. So what I'm trying to do is I just try to look down the road, try to strategize. If I really believe that the Dow is going to slide back down to 20,000, I know where the bottom is. I know that I'm going to have my stop losses put in. I know I'm going to be ready to buy Dinar, and I know I'm going to be ready to buy stocks at that point. Because after the Dinar revaluation, you know what? Who knows what some of these stocks that were worth a lot of money, where they're going to be at that point. They might be still very cheap, and you just traded in your Dinars for cash. Guess what? You'll probably be trying to upload money to your trading account to get some of those stocks. That's the other thing, because we're going to take the money that we have made and we're going to continue to increase it over and over and put it back into to where we can just continue to multiply those funds. And that's what I'm thinking, and that's what I'm looking at. Well, anyways, folks, the slide to the Dow, it is coming at some point. So we're watching for things to happen in Spain. We're watching things in Iraq. We're watching things in Iran. We're watching the oil industry. We're watching OPEC. There's a lot of different things that are going on right now. And there's going to be a lot of contributing factors. If our president passes away, that could have an effect. But also keep in mind, again, the Dow, when it starts sliding back down, it's going to provide an opportunity to buy. So if you start to see that Dow slide, don't start buying in at when you see it at 26 or at 25,000. You want to wait till it starts getting closer to that bottom. When you see the Dow hit 20,000, you'll see the Dinar revaluation and then a kickstart to the new economy. That's just my opinion. Anyways, folks, if you guys like this content, you guys like this channel, please support us on the Patreon. You can sign up monthly or give a one-time donation. You guys know that I have a project that I am ready to fund and get it out there, called the Grigori, and I got a lot of other projects too as well. So I appreciate all you guys' support. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your prayers. And with that being said, Twitch Christian out.